What's going on? Big backs, little backs, skinny backs, and everything in between. My name is Jacob Zamora. I run and own Dropzone Tactical. Thank you for tuning in to this video. Today, I'm going to do a little bit of an updated video because I get asked all the time, Jacob, how do you shoot rifle? What are some recommendations? How do you hold it properly? And that's great questions, because guess what? I'm going to answer it today. Now, I'm pretty sure I have a video on this previously, but this is just going to be an updated one. And in addition to this, I'm going to give you some quick rifle tips, again, that I covered in a previous video. I'm just going to update it on some stuff. And why I have my rifle set up the way it is, because I'm pretty sure I broke those videos up into different pieces. So this is going to be an all-in-one, for the most part, video. It's not going to be how to zero a rifle, because zeroing is fairly easy. And this is just not what this video is about. There's too much stuff to cover in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright everybody, welcome to this video. Why is my camera kind of canted? That looks weird. Alright, I'll take that. Whatever. Alright, so again, I already told you what we're going to be talking about today. So the first thing that I want to tell you is the rifle that I'm using is a 10.5 Stag Arms. It's got a pistol raise, so it's an AR pistol. Right now what I have on here is a tack light from Streamlight. It's got a pressure switch on it because I highly... Mosquitoes right here, man. I highly recommend having a light on all your weapon systems so you can shoot at night, right? Next thing is to have an EO Tech. Doesn't really matter the model. You don't need to copy me specifically. And I'm going to refrain from telling you which kind I have because you don't need to follow everything that you see on YouTube. Alright? You don't need to copy your favorite YouTuber's weapon system or kit just because they have it and just because they use it. I'm looking at you. I know you do it. Alright? So, I have the EO Tech and G33 combo going on with the normal, not the Unity mount, the old school, I know I'm old, whatever, side flip mount. Alright, and that is it. Everything else on the gun is stock. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is how to hold your rifle properly. So when we're holding a rifle, first of all, we want to make sure that the rifle is sized with the sling, right? Now, this sling is pretty cool. I'm not going to tell you what kind it is because it doesn't matter. But this sling attaches and makes it a 1 point. Now, should I do a 1 point or a 2 point? Great question. 1 point, look at this. I'm like a pendulum over here. I'm like 2 chains, but with one. That's a dumb joke, I know. Anyways, but this allows you for freedom of movement to swap shoulders and do all this stuff without killing your throat. Allowing you to move. Now the downside is if you ever need to go hands-on or move quickly, that gun is flying around everywhere with you. So what I highly recommend, I don't know why I still got these guys on. So what I highly recommend, take that, is doing a 2 point, because here's the method. You can make a 2 point and 1 point very, very easy. And it's super crazy, super complicated, super hard. You ready? Pay attention, it's gonna go real fast. Done. Crazy. I know, it's so complicated, right? Anyways, this is why you can do a 2 point. It still swings, you can still move it around and still do left shoulder stuff and do your cool guy whatever, but still allows you to retain your weapon system and be in a combat effectiveness, maneuverability type position. And if you're done, then you swim back into it. And that is it. And then you still get the same weapon retention. Now, typically you want the stock as close to your shoulder pocket as possible without being super tight, to where if you can go like this, see how it can still shoot. And be in mind, this sling does not have any bungee on it. So when I do this, sure, it's a little tight, but I'm still able to get behind my weapon system. It's tight enough to be up here. So if I do need to, watch this, check it out, shoulder pocket, right? My left hand, right hand, not doing anything crazy, and I bring that rifle up. Now, where's that butt stop? Well, it goes straight into your shoulder. Great, that's where we want it, right? Because your left hand is called your support hand for a reason. It's supporting your weapon system, supporting you when you shoot. So when you do this, you want to pull it back into your body. See that? Crazy. I know. We want to fill up all this space. Same thing when we shoot handgun, right? If you ever shot handgun before, you know that you shouldn't leave space here. Why? Because physics. When you shoot, gun goes up, right? And it goes either left or right, depending on if you're right-handed or left-handed. Okay? So when you shoot and you do this, it's going to basically give you less control over that weapon system. It couldn't fly out, especially if you're that low. So you're going to boom, and it's going to fly up and take all that space. So your rapid engagements will take a lot longer. And the same concept applies for the rifle. So when you're here, though it looks like it's fully seated, it is not, because you see that space? It's little, but it's there. Little things matter too, all right, shout out short people. So you pull it back into your shoulder, right? And then you're gonna take your hand and get on the pistol grip, still high on that, and pull that in. And you can also use that as leverage to pull back into your body. So when we shoot, we want to pull this in, and on some weapon systems, if you don't have a riser, you will need to get behind that optic and move your head slightly. But the idea is to minimize unnecessary movement, okay? And anything that you do when it comes to shooting, the more moving pieces, the more things that can go wrong, the more time it takes to get behind the optic and send accurate rounds down range, etc., 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 right? So here, I'm totally cool with you doing one of these. Boop. If you need to get behind the optic a little bit better, that is totally fine with me. Now, what we're not going to do is this to shoot, because we're obviously not behind the optic, right? That's too much. But if you need to cant it a little bit just to get behind that optic, it's totally cool. Do your thing, man. It doesn't need to be super, super linear, though it does help with the height part, right? So here, and pull it into your shoulder. And so when we shoot, it comes back into our shoulder. Now your stance is very important, right? Your stance is very, very, very important. So I'm going to talk about that as well, very, very quickly. Now I got to get my camera set up properly, okay? Give me a second. Scoot back. So whether you're shooting handgun or whether you're shooting rifle, the position is the same, and I'll prove it to you. All right, so when we're shooting handgun, you're gonna marry the hands and present out, right? Shoulders are very relaxed, head straight. I come out and I meet the optic to where I'm already looking, my sight line. I'm not doing one of these and I'm not doing one of these, right? I'm trying to look for it. My footwork is my non-dominant leg. So typically when you walk, right, you favor one leg over the other. That is the lead leg that comes slightly forward like this. The idea is to be able to have a conversation in your shooting stance, right? Shouldn't be super, super, super complicated and get into this weird ninja stance to shoot your firearm, right? Again, more movement, more moving pieces. You know the drill. Left leg moves forward. Body's going to be nice and straight. Now, when we do actually engage, we are going to lean a little bit forward and shoulders in front of the hips. All right, shoulders in front of the hips, not hunching over the hips, which I've seen students do before, is this, to shoot, right? It's not a hunch over, it's a lean. So have you ever done a squat, you big backs that I talked about in the beginning, where you, get a squat bar and kind of do one of these? It's the same concept, all right? Stop looking at my butt. All right, it's the foot comes forward, slight bend in the knees, ever so slightly, so you can have some suspension. And when you bring that weapon system up, all right, pull back into your shoulder, get behind the optic. Now I need to put my shoulders slightly in front of my hips. Okay, it's not one of these, it's slightly in front of the hips. Basically, you're shooting your hips back, or sticking your butt out, kind of like Shakira in a music video, all right? So, it might feel weird for some of you guys, but like, oh man. You're fine, all right, I promise. It's gonna help you shoot better, and if you wanna get good at shooting, that's the way to do it. And same thing with handgun, right? Same shooting position, a little bit forward. Because if you're in a neutral position, all these bugs, man. If you're in a neutral position, you go boom, 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 boom. You're gonna go on your heels. Same thing if you shoot like this, right? Boom, 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 boom. It's kind of obvious. You're gonna go back on your heels. So you want to slightly lean into it. If you're using a normal AR platform with a 5.56 round, even 7.62, it doesn't kick enough but you'd really have to dig into it. Unless you're maybe a first-time shooter, never shot a gun before, it's a good fail-safe, right? But it's not needed. All right, so I'm assuming you guys want to see me shoot and put this to play, right? But that's too bad, because I'm on YouTube, so I'm automatically a special operator, know everything. I don't need to prove myself. Just kidding. Of course I'm gonna shoot, right? You know, wild. All right, so I'm gonna shoot to prove a couple of different things. Or not even just prove, just show. Because I'm here to prove anything for any specific purpose, all right? So, to do this, I'm trying to get a full body angle here. All right, so, we're shooting rifle, getting our shooter stance, come out of this lane. Crazy, I know. All right, here, lead it, pull this back into our shoulder, shoulders slightly in front of the hips, and watch. Does the gun move a lot? No, not really. Now, let's shoot from a neutral position, okay? Body straight up. Did you see how my body kind of shifted back a little bit? Now, I don't think I need to show you the lean back, but I will just for funsies, where we're doing the negative angle, right? Right? And don't practice it just for fun at home, because it's obviously dangerous for a few reasons, right? We're falling over it with a firearm. So, same concept though. When we're shooting with a rifle, and this arm, I flare out my elbow a little bit, because when you shoot your rifle, you'll notice that it tries to travel a certain way. So for my rifle, it likes to come back a little bit this way, or yeah, back a little bit, right? So I want to be able to control this a little bit more, so it's more of a linear movement when I'm controlling that rifle. So when I hold it, it's not down here. You see the break in the elbow? It's not here, because there's no counteractment here. I come out and around, so my elbow kind of flares out. Now people do this just because they see people do it, right? Put it to the test. If it doesn't work, maybe your rifle comes up and to the left a little bit, or up to the right, because your muzzle brake, your barrel distance, the rounds that you're using, the powder changes the pressures, right? So it's something that you got to play with and feel for. So when you shoot that first round, see what happens with your optic, see what happens with your front sight or rear sight, and be able to feel the pressures. Learn your body, learn your gun. You should shoot it so much that you're married to it. All right, same thing with your handgun. So things to kind of think about. And let's shoot a couple more just for funsies and watch the controllability. Flare out that elbow, right? Pull it into your body. Now I'm gonna turn my optic off here. So a lot of those are straight on my target and in the body. Well, let's go see your target, sure. So I did a video earlier. I'm gonna get my excuses out now. And I did a zeroing video with my handgun, so you see different size holes. But if you look, I'm hitting my target, right? And it's not a full-size target. It's about the size of my forearm, all right? The last few shots I did aim for the head. As you can see, some holes are a little bit larger than the other. If you saw the other video, you'll know that it was a zeroing one for good old handgun here in an optics video. But all my rounds, right? Now you can't be like, well, how do we know those are all your shots? You don't, okay? But we do know there's a lot, so leave me alone. All right, anyways, yeah. And I wasn't aiming for anything specific. I was just kind of aiming for the target in general. And then I also did a crazy video a second ago that you guys might see. I might cut to it and allude to it at the end, or I'll just post a separate video on it. Who knows? I don't know what I'm gonna do with this video. But you did see the controllability, right? You saw how your body position is so important on top of just holding your rifle. There's a lot of different elements at play, but if you learn a proper and a normal and a natural handgun position when shooting, it translates over to the rifle. The only difference is you're hanging on to something a little bit heavier and you're using both arms, and one arm's pulling into your body versus marrying your hands together and pressing out from your body. That makes sense? I hope so. If not, trust me anyways, because I'm on YouTube. So that's gonna be my ongoing joke. I'm gonna be like, because I'm on YouTube, that's gonna be I'm gonna copyright that, you know? I might make a t-shirt that says, listen to me because I'm on YouTube. But I'm a big advocate, in all seriousness, I'm a big advocate for you guys to go and test theories and not just take my word for it or people's words for things just because they say it. Test them, challenge them. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. All right? Challenge me. Like, hey, why do you do that? I think this way is better. Great. Have some free thought, guys. It's okay. All right, but I'm going to end that video here. If you want a DZ hat and black multicam, and we also have it in a woodland and with our little airborne wings, and a shirt like mine with a embroidered. You see the stitching here? Look at that. Check that out. Check that out right there. Embroidered. An embroidered Dropzone shirt with, again, some airborne and Arctic tab stuff that I got when I was in the military. I know, super crazy, whatever. And some airborne support with paratrooper on the back and my artillery cannons. We have that on our website. We also have not just this design, but other designs as well. There's a shirt that's really funny that I like. It's called Try Jesus But Not Me t-shirt. If you want it, go and get some stuff at our website. We also have for a limited time as a gag gift, but it's totally buyable and you can actually get it, right? It's not just a thing to put on there for fun. You actually don't get it if you happen to use it, but it's Dropzone compression underwear. Pretty cool, right? I know. I made it as a gag, as a fun little laugh. They have a DZ print all over it, so if you want some of it and help support me, the business, the content that I do, stuff like that, you can go to our website. Do that. So, I don't think the underwear is going to be up there very long, much longer actually. So get to it soon. If this video is a couple of weeks out or a couple of months out, if you want to check, cool. I don't think it's going to be there anymore though. Again, gag gift, don't expect anything from it, or for you guys to actually buy it. But if you do, great. And if you thought this video was informational or funny, you just found it entertaining, share it with somebody that you think would enjoy this video. And if not, great, don't share it. I don't really care. I just do this for fun and for you guys, for information that I learn, and to push it to you guys. If you're in the Kyle, Austin, Texas area, feel free to come and train with me, though we're different than any other training business. So we do our training a little bit different. How we do this is we do monthly packages, and what I'm working on is classes in bulk, because I'm holding you accountable for your training, just like a martial arts studio would hold you accountable for your training, gets you coming back. Same thing as a personal trainer would for your fitness program. So we're emulating the same platform, we're emulating the same structure. So if you want to come and get training, prepare to be coming back on a monthly basis, because we are only doing monthly students. We're not doing single classes anymore like we used to, because we want you to be the best product, aka good guy with a gun, or girl with a gun, and go out there. A lot of people take one class and think that they're good to go. Not here. We're gonna do multiple classes. And I understand if our price range might be out of your budget, that's totally cool. When you can, come. We'll be waiting for you. All right. And we don't have all the time in the world, so it's when you have limited students, right? So keep that in mind. It's kind of a first come, first serve basis, and I look forward to seeing you guys. I really do. Go get training. Go touch grass. Go to the gym. Go do something. All right. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.